We are not the same. It's just a fact. There's nothing I can really do to change that or manipulate it in any way that we would be the same. We both grew up in different households, went to school in different environments, even like made different friends that would affect us. The behavior in such a large sense is built on the ways we interact with each other around us that I couldn't possibly be the same. And no one can truly be the same to one person as another. So when the topic of something like immigration comes up, because at least in 2024, it's an election year, there is something of note. There's controversy. But surely we don't have like a problem with misrepresentation in the media. Hello and welcome back to the Ends. Now, this week on the Ends, we'll be covering topics like immigration. And what a lot of the articles, at least that were displayed in the intro, actually involved were the distilling of the immigration experience down to two different narratives. On one hand, you have the actual victimization and saying, oh, immigrants are so poor, we need to defend them, which can be true in some regards, but still is a misrepresentation of the immigrant experience. But on the other hand, you have things like, oh, immigrants are the problem and they're harming our border and we need to close that down. All of articles like these are, I would say, equally as harmful because it doesn't necessarily narrate the true experience of what immigration is. So, what is immigration?
Oh, okay. Well, that was underwhelming.
Now, I want to take a look at a media outlet that I think does a better job portraying at kind of the true idea of immigration, much better than like a definition would. All right. How media? Well, I know. Uh, This is Jubilee Media, a US based media company that produces rather odd content on their YouTube. Some of the series include Middle Ground, where two distinct sides try to find a common ground and talk about rather controversial issues, or ranking videos, where someone ranks other people based on how Asian they are. However, one of their series, titled Odd Men Out, features seven contestants who must progress through rounds, voting to eliminate a quote unquote imposter among them. A specific video in the series, six US citizens versus one secret non citizen, serves as a more nuanced explanation of identity and belonging, particularly concerning the rather controversial and contentious question about what it means to be truly an American. In this video, while all but one participant are US citizens, each contestant provides a distinct representation about how they perceive an immigrant narrative. And this unique perspective underscores a rather critical point, which is there is no singular or definitive way to encapsulate the diverse opinions shared by various backgrounds and socioeconomic statuses into one succinct definition of an immigrant experience. This inherent complexity makes the challenge of identifying the imposter particularly difficult, and it is ultimately the intricacy that allows the imposter to succeed in the game. The immigrant experience is expansive, diverse, and intensely personalized, which complicates any attempt to validate one narrative while excluding another. Furthermore, there are contestants in this competition who express viewpoints acknowledging a current migration quote unquote crisis at the US border, which may seem to conflict with the compassionate sentiments presented in Migratude. I'd like to take a moment to talk about the actual passage from Migratude, where she explicitly mentions her sisters that she carries along with her in her sari. And what I thought was very interesting was the fact that it references a more emotional side of the immigration process. And while many people, at least like because the emotional side helps it be more personalized, because many immigrants have very intense and high emotional struggles while they choose to assimilate or not assimilate in whatever country they migrate to. Additionally, if you were born at a very young age and then another country and then immigrated at a very young age, you might not have that trouble, which just shows how powerful it is. While these perspectives may appear contradictory at first glance, they actually reinforce the idea that individual experiences, environments, and circumstances significantly shape the narratives of immigrants, leading to vastly different interpretations and understandings of what it means to migrate. So when you go to the polling booth this November, take a moment and look around the people who aren't the same as you in line. Think about what issues might be affecting them and what could cause them to vote. And truly vote about how to make this country better for everyone, immigrants and all.